Dan Delmar and Justine McIntyre in for Aaron this week. Up next, a story that I think is both frustrating and inspiring. Louis Bourassa is in studio with us. He is the Quebec director of the WARAMS. Welcome, Louis.
Thank you. Welcome.
So, unfortunately, the person we're going to talk about today, Samuel Vincent Couillard, can't make it into studio, but our thoughts are with him. Mm-hmm. He's been through a process over the last few years that's frustrating, infuriating, really, when I read about it. And just really sad. I'm sorry this is happening to him, and I'd like this to be fixed ASAP. Here's the story. I'll say it really brief, and please fill in. But Samuel had an accident in 2015. He's a partial left-hand amputee. Now, 2015, okay, so this is several years later. In 2017, he made a demand to RAMQ, the Quebec medical insurance, for prosthesis. It cost about $64,000. That request was refused. It was appealed to the TAC, the Tribunal Administratif, and that was refused as well. And here we are many years later, and Samuel still needs that prosthesis. Is this common for people that have experienced accidents like Samuel, or is this an exceptional case?
Really interesting question, because, it has to do with the administration part of the RAMQ. So your question is really, a lot of people have been amputated through accident. Most of the time we are asking, we receive standard coverage from the RAMQ to be able to do our day-to-day activity. But in this specific case, first of all, we are really disappointed about the tribunal decision, because when you read the decision, everyone around the table agree, even the RAMQ agreed that it was the need for Samuel to receive this myoelectric hand. But then it was denied because it's not on the list. But partial hand list 1, list 2, you see, it is red tape. It is administration. If Samuel would have been amputated by just below the elbow, he will have received the same artificial limb. So it's just a matter. Okay, I'm an amputee myself, so sometimes I like to make some amputee jokes, but we were kind of, are they thinking that, okay, partial hand is so different than a below elbow amputation? Then on one side they are refusing to cover the artificial limbs, or maybe they don't understand. I don't know. It's so difficult for me and so frustrating to understand, or trying to understand, because when you see the reaction of everyone around the table, I mean the lawyer, everyone, the judge, even the RAMQ, they were ready and they were saying yes, he needs that to be and to live a normal life, but then it's denied because it's not written on a list, so that's sad.
So the régie, the tribunal, the lawyers, everybody agrees that this is the right thing for him. So the only question that I have is, who's making this list?
That's interesting. Since for many years, there's debate about that list. Sometimes we are asking ourselves, where's that list? And is that list up to date? Even the one working in that field, they are not happy with the system. It's not flexible. And, I don't know, it's kind of, when you're a prosthetist, you're being paid, your salary is being paid by the RAMQ, so you know the procedure to manufacture, to build an artificial limbs, you know the parameters and everything, and then you submit the administration part to the government, to the RAMQ, and then it's refused. So it looked to me like the RAMQ denied or refused something that an employee from the RAMQ is asking for. It's, so it's a nonsense.
So this is a very frustrating case, and again, Samuel Vincent Couillard, our thoughts are with him, and we hope we can settle this very soon. But we're talking about $64,000 here, which in the grand scheme of things for government spending isn't a whole lot of money. What's most frustrating, you were saying, is that spending the money now actually does save taxpayers' dollars over the long term.
Oh my God, yes, you're so right. The amount of challenges that Samuel will have to go through now that he cannot have the proper artificial limbs is just like a matter of time. He will have to have extra visit for the physiotherapist, maybe massage therapy, maybe having back problem, and then the list is on and on and on. You're adding all those problems, and at the end of the day, or at the end of a couple of months, a couple of years, you'll see Samuel asking for more from the RAMQ professionals. So you're right, it's going to cost us, taxpayers, more money to do not provide to Samuel the proper artificial limb. You're right.
So what is his recourse now? Is there anything further that can be done? Can he bring this, or perhaps with the help of the war amps, are you able to bring this to appeal?
Yes. Our first step, first of all, we thought that we should inform the population instead of, because we strongly believe that it is a human rights discrimination based on disability. So I guess that the population will be shocked, to understand the file, to understand the case. Now, that's our first step. At the moment, we are trying to inform the population, and then we'll see. Of course, we're going to be there and always there to advocate and help Samuel, that's for sure, and other amputee. That's part of our mandate. But in this specific case, our next step at the moment is to inform the population, see if we can make things move a little bit, and if not, we'll see what's going to be the next step. But you'll be informed.
Louis Bourassa joins us, Quebec director of the War Amps. Can you tell us a bit about your story? You've been involved in the War Amps since the early 90s, right?
Yes. Well, it's a long story because I lost my leg at the age of 4 in a lawnmower accident. Then I received the support, the moral and financial support from the association. For me, it was a life changer to receive the appropriate artificial limbs, be able to do my normal thing like other kids. And then at the adult age, I guess, I received that wonderful call from the association asking if I would be ready to work full-time for them. And of course it was yes. So since 1991, right on Cathcart Street in downtown Montreal, we're working and trying to improve the quality of life of young amputee, adult amputee, and also veterans.
Folks, I would challenge you to find within your group of friends somebody who's been in the same position for that number of years. Now people are changing jobs every 2 to 3 years. So that, I think, is a testimony to your dedication to the cause. And that, I'm guessing, goes back to your feeling of wanting to give back to the organization that helped you.
Yes, you're right. For me, it was kind of a natural move. It is so important to understand that, like we see on TV all those wonderful artificial limbs that, like I call that the Star Wars effect. Like you see your hand like Luke Skywalker and you're under the impression that the amputee can do even more than when
superhuman.
That's it, which is not true. So when we are asking for Samuel to having this 3-finger myoelectric arm, it sounds like so scientific, but it's just like basic product. For him, it's going to be a life changer, but on the other hand, it will never replace a real hand. So, we are on the basic here. We're not asking for sophisticated stuff. It's just like kind of so normal for me to have Samuel receive this proper artificial limb.
But real quick, we're almost out of time, but there is a lot of technology that's coming, especially with AI, that does give us a lot of hope and that I do think Quebec and Canada should invest in. Prosthesis that look like and behave like real limbs. I was so shocked when I see some of the videos. What do you know about the technology, and what have you seen that really impressed you so far?
First of all, what I've seen with the technology is, since forever, the technology is supposed to replace arms, if I can say, since the year 2000, but it never got there. When we see that on internet, I'm always impressed. But then when you dig a little bit more, you realize, wait a minute, it's not that. The reality is so different than being an amputee, wearing those artificial leg. My artificial leg is really mechanical. There's no electronic stuff inside. And even today, when we're talking about myoelectric, when I started with the association, amputee were already fit with myoelectric arms. So it's not like if it was like the recent technology. So it's more than 40 years ago that this technology exists.
Louis Bourassa, Quebec Director of the WARAMS. Thank you so much. How can people donate if they want to contribute?
Well, you can contact me. They can contact us via our phone number or our website at warams.ca, and I'll be more than pleased to answer that question.
Thanks. warams.ca. Thanks very much for stopping by, and best of luck to Samuel. And I'm sure someone can figure this out. I think we can do that.
Okay, thank you so much for this.
Thanks for the
Our
work
pleasure.
that you're doing.